Good morning everyone, Prime here, and today we're going to be continuing with the best and worst gods to have at your side in real life from Smite. Very close to the end here, so let's get into this. Next up is Chiron. Chiron is a teacher, Greek mythology. He knows a lot of stuff. He's a sort of healer, so if you somehow break your leg, or for example, let's just use that, he could probably nurse you back to health pretty effectively. As well as that, he could teach you archery, among many other things that you might want to know. So, pretty useful person to have around. Then there's Cupid. Pretty simple and self-explanatory here. Cupid could make anyone you want fall in love with you. So, that's pretty useful in and of itself, to most people. Who wouldn't that be very useful to? That could be, I'm sure everyone would want to use that at some point or another. So, yeah, Cupid's here just because of that alone. Only reason why he's not in the best tier, purely because in Smite he looks like a child. You might get into trouble for spending a lot of time with a baby. Maybe. Perhaps. I'm gonna play a bit of a devil's advocate here, and put tier here. He seems like he could be a very depressing and boring god. Only reason why he's here is because you would have the best excuse in the world to make a bunch of hand jokes around here. Which is kind of cruel, but come on, there's too much setup for you to ignore that. Really, Ymir should be in the worst section. At some point he turned evil, but that's the thing, he turned evil at some point. So, if you could hang out with Ymir before he turned evil, then what would be wrong with having a giant as a friend? A frost giant who would affect the temperature quite a lot probably, but still a giant all the same. Next up we have Ganesh/Thoth. They are arguably the most intelligent smart gods in Smite, but they seem like they'd be a bit snobby and kind of lord that over you. Which is also a problem with Odin, because Odin loved to boast how much wiser and just more intelligent, how much knowledge he had over the people all the time in his mythology. So, that also sort of applies to Odin as well. Then we've got Nemesis. Who doesn't like Nemesis? Seriously. If anyone were to get on your bad side, literally, Nemesis is your girl. She would sort that out for you instantly. No troubles. She's the celibate type, so that would make dating a bit interesting. And of course, you would essentially have to abide by the law at all times, which could be a bit sucky. So that's why she's in the middle section. Chuck's here because he can literally make it rain, which is two-faced because I consider that good and bad. But then he could also turn off the rain at any time of his choosing. So there's that plus, which is also a thing for Thor, and I guess Zeus? Does that count for Zeus as well? Let's just say that counts for Zeus as well. Also, he's considered to have a strong relationship with maize, and it was said to grant it to the world. So if you're ever in some sort of crisis situation and you need food, Chuck can grant you maize. So there's that. As we just mentioned him, Thor. Aside from being able to turn on and off rain, which can be useful for its own reason, he would also be like a really useful on-hand taser, which is also a plus for Zeus. And he's pretty good at demolition with his good old trusty Mjolnir. Also similar to Mercury, he's got a pretty decent delivery service thing going on, so there's that. There's a lot of reasons why Thor could be useful. Only thing that could suck about having Thor with you? Not sure. I'm sure some of you, I guess he should be in the best section then. He's here, and it's a bit late to change it, but yeah. Thor. And following Thor nicely is Zeus. Now, I wouldn't trust Thor or Chuck to charge my phone if it was out of power, but Zeus seems like he's got a lot of mastery and control over lightning, so I feel like he'd get the right voltage to just charge your phone without overloading and breaking the poor thing. So, Zeus has that utility going for him. Also, he's one of the most powerful deities, so you'd command respect, as he would. Downside, he's pretty promiscuous and kind of a dick. But better than Poseidon, so yeah. Actually, I just thought of a plus for Poseidon. He could help you swim. And you probably couldn't eat fish around him, but he could help you swim. I can't swim, so that's a plus for me at least. Next up we have Ra. One of the most powerful deities. Also, like Amaterasu and Khepri, he can control the weather through, controlling the sun, starting to make it sunny if he wants to. And also, which I suppose this is a plus for Amaterasu and Khepri and the other sun gods, solar power. Yeah, he can help you with solar energy, if that's a plus for you. Because, you know, some of the downsides to solar power being that the sun's not always going to be out. That's a bit of a fear. It is fairly expensive, but the sun not always being out, well, he can control the sun and have it always being out. So yeah. The last god we have here is Sobek. First and foremost, he can do an amazing pirate cosplay. Just fantastic. And he's amazing in the new adventure, but he might betray us all to go over the side of chaos, but he is good at saving people from drowning. So if you don't mind the possibility of a bit of treachery, Sobek's pretty decent. Plus, also, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you're surrounded by crocodiles, he could be like, whoa guys, this guy's cool. Or this girl's cool. Chill, 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 chill. And then, no crocodile's going to jump you. Much. Maybe he'll have you lose a finger, but just a finger. Also, the last downside to Sobek is that he's a bit of a thief, or known to be a bit of a thief. So, yeah. Him and Fafnir would not get along at all, but that feels like a discussion for another video. Thank you for making it to the end of the video. I hope that you did enjoy it. I know that the content this week has been a bit not very plentiful, but I've got a lot of ideas for videos and things that I want to try coming up in the next few weeks. So hopefully you'll enjoy those, and I might even have you guys vote on some of these ideas to see which ones get pumped out sooner rather than later. As for the gods that I've missed from this video, because I'm sure you guys have realized it, I didn't mention Najar, got another final video just to wrap everything up, because there were a few gods that, well, I just didn't remember. But until that video, enjoy your weekend, subscribe if you're new to the channel, leave a like and all of that good jazz. Tell me if you agree or disagree with my choices of god or goddesses in this video, and I'll see you in a few. Bye-bye.